I'll leave that in.
You won't.
I would.
Hi guys, welcome to a new vlog.
Hi.
So this one we're going to do 10 things we love about Melbourne.
You literally said
so every single vlog I say to her, you talk over me, don't cut me off. Do it again?
Yeah, but I thought we was doing like about Melbourne at the same time.
Anyway, so we decided we're going to do 10 things we love about Melbourne.
Yes.
Bloody hell, worked. So we've got 10 things, I think.
Yes, yeah. So like, these are the things, obviously people, a lot of vlogs like this, they kind of class them as culture shocks, which I guess they are because we didn't really have...
Some we did, some we didn't.
Yeah, in the UK, but obviously a lot of people do 10 things we love about Australia. We have not been to any other state, we've just been to Melbourne. We absolutely love Melbourne, and I think we can be advocates for Melbourne at this point, and with how much we absolutely love it. So you start with number one, because that's the best one.
The first one is the people. So you Australian people that obviously are watching the vlogs, absolutely loving you.
I feel like...
So nice and kind.
Genuinely nice. Like when you walk into a store, or even like orthodontist, or even when we went to get our driving licenses, like how friendly they all were was just so refreshing, because it's a nerve. When we moved here, it was nervous. We were nervous, weren't we, getting our driving? We didn't really know what to do. So to have somebody that friendly just puts us at ease, and I feel like everybody here we've met is just really, really friendly and so helpful. Yeah,
I think even to the point of when you're walking down the street or down the beach, everybody you walk past morning, afternoon, evening.
It's not even just the morning, afternoon. They stop and talk. But that woman with the dog the other day, like.
Yeah.
And then even when we've been for drinks, like the Greek here, the owner Steve, he's come. The first time we met him, he came out and basically sat with us and just talked to us. Yeah. It's just such a refreshing experience, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
nice
it's
to have
really
people
nice.
That actually want to stand and talk, whether you know them or whether you don't. So.
Well, yeah, our neighbours, sometimes it's like how long it's going to take us to get out of the building sometimes if you get stuck with somebody, but it's nice. But I just love how friendly people are. So thank you for being friendly.
Number 2 is, obviously, as you've seen, we are foodies, always eating on a vlog. So number 2 is food. Food here is unreal. I think Melbourne's got a thing for food.
I feel like when I've met people and I've said the food here is just amazing, and the coffee's
just completely different level.
Yeah, the coffees, and they've said like if you go to a different state, it's not on that level. Like Melbourne is quite known for its food and drink, and I can definitely just every time we've not had a bad meal yet.
No.
Even when we went, it wasn't fast food, but it was like a gaming place. And in the UK, we wouldn't eat at them places because it was always just like frozen stuff. Here we ate the other night because I saw the reviews, and it was just like the freshest food. And we both said as well, like the food's agreeing with us here. Yeah,
like obviously in the UK, I'm probably want to know this, but I was always on the toilet.
Yeah,
always. Whereas here, I can go, whether it's healthy or not, I don't know. I can probably go a day and a half without going to the toilet.
I feel like if we had a meal out or we had to take away, within like 10 minutes he was on the toilet. It was literally like that.
But yeah, you do feel a lot healthier, whether it's the food's more organic here, I don't know, maybe it is. But yeah, it seems to be a lot healthier.
Yeah, there's nothing worse. I think we stopped eating out in the UK because every time we went out we just didn't enjoy it, and then we're spending our money that we earned on food that we didn't enjoy, so we just tended to just cook at home. But here, it's every single time we walked away like, wow, that was such good food.
Well, like the coffees, obviously we touched on it, the coffees here are outstanding. They're so creamy.
Yeah, they're creamy, they're not as strong. Do you know what I love about it? They're piping hot. Like in the UK, I remember I was in Costa and I was like, please can you just go and reheat my coffee? And she was like, that's the hottest temperature, and it's actually like lukewarm. So to have a hot, creamy coffee, so good.
Yeah, really nice. So number 3, what are you doing?
Oh, the wildlife. Like I literally could cry half the time driving, and I've got like lorikeets driving next to me.
Flying.
Lorikeets in cars. Lorikeets, they're just... Like, we were just been sat on the balcony having our dinner, and a pelican is sat underneath us and then just flew off. I'll put the clip in here because I just took a video. And I've been going on my daily walks, and I can see pelicans, the little, I don't know if they're called snake birds, but we're seeing a lot of them. And obviously we've seen a wild echidna and we've seen wild wallabies. We haven't seen any wild kangaroos or anything, but obviously we go into the sanctuary quite often and seeing them animals, like it's just amazing.
It's nice. Like we went on, if you've watched it, our Caribbean cruise, and it's like stingrays. We were going to go on a stingray excursion. I think it costs like $100 or whatever each for the three of us. So you actually go and pay to go and see the stingrays, whereas here we're actually living in a country where you can just go to the local beach. We've seen them this morning down at Seaford, stingrays around the pier. And then obviously when we went to Inverloch, they're all swimming around the beach area. You can just go in and be around them and stuff.
And penguins.
Penguins, yeah, they're obviously here. Pelicans, when we were in Tortola last year, we seen pelicans dive bombing, but obviously we didn't live there.
Yeah.
Now we're actually living in a country where there are animals like that where you don't get to see them.
Like a daily walk, we see pelicans because of where we live on this lake. We just see them all the time, and it's like that's when I get the most pinchy moments that we live here, is when I see something like that. Even at football, soccer today, I was probably looking more up because there was lots of lorikeets and just little birds just flying around, and I was like, wow, we actually live here. It's just so crazy. Nice, yeah.
Number 4. So a lot of you have said the beaches in Melbourne are average, but to us, beaches here are absolutely pristine perfection.
The closest one to us, Currum,
yeah.
I always say it wrong. I swear, the sand is like flour. It's so white and it's so soft, isn't it?
As soon as you step on it, every single time I step on it, I'm like, it's like it feels so good.
And the sea is so clear.
So clear, calm. I know we're in a bay, so that's probably why the sea is so calm and clear, but to us it's perfect. We'll take that all day long.
Yeah, definitely. We lived in the Midlands, so we didn't have a beach for about probably 2.5 hours either side. And even then we would never go because they weren't very nice beaches. But it takes us 30 minutes exactly from here to walk to a beach. And I think every time we go, we just, again, it's like we live here, like it's just absolutely beautiful. The beaches.
Obviously we've got like bikes now, so we can probably get to the beach within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice having nice beaches. I know a lot of people say, oh, you haven't tried this beach, but eventually obviously we will.
Oh, we will, yeah. We're definitely 100%. Going to explore more of Australia, but we live in Melbourne, so even if when we go to Sydney in July next month, we're only there for like 3 days, so we can't then compare Sydney to Melbourne because we're living here. Next one, number 5.
Number 5, so the weather. So I know a lot of people have been saying we've been quite lucky with weather so far. I think Australia or Melbourne's had a really good summer. It's first day of winter today and it's 20 degrees.
Yeah,
and
I know a lot of people say like it's 4 different seasons in Melbourne. We haven't seen that yet. Obviously, we probably will. But even the autumn was like English summer, and I feel like winter is kind of obviously a lot. We don't know. We've not had winter here yet, but I don't feel like we had quite a cool week last week. There was a lot of rain, but it didn't seem like dark. Do you know, like in the day in the UK, like you could wake up and take Oliver to school at like 8:30 in the morning, and it'd be dark, like really, really like cloudy.
Feel the pressure of
it used to feel like heavy. I always used to say like that's how I explained the clouds being so dark. I was like, it still feels really heavy. So the weather, we really are enjoying the weather.
Yeah, it's nice. Obviously, I think it was about 2 weeks ago we had a really cold spell where waking up in the morning is like 4 degrees. Obviously, by the time you get to 10, 11, 12 o'clock, you're looking 15, 16 degrees. So by the time I finish work at 3, sun's out, it's 15, 16 degrees. Go for a nice walk, no wonder. If that's what's going to be winter's like, obviously I know we're going to get the Arctic winds and all this and the rain, but we'll take that all day long.
I feel like I'll take that all day long. Even I would take an English winter here because of how nice the actual outside is. Like, as long as you're wrapped up, like we've got Puffin Billy next week, and I know it's going to rain, and we're going to be in the elements. But I think as long as we're wrapped up, I'm just going to have the best time.
Yeah, that's it. Number 6. So, any UK watchers, you'll know what the UK roads are like. So, in the UK, there's potholes everywhere. Literally. I think I damaged my car about 6 weeks before it came out.
Yeah, you did.
Hit a pothole. I had to have suspension arm replaced because I hit a pothole. But here, you probably get a pothole here and there, but it's nothing major. There's probably like that deep. Whereas in the UK, they're like that.
Oh yeah.
So the roads here and they're so quiet.
I mean, we do when we're going into the city. They are a bit busier, but
that's city.
It's like when we go into the city, it's like when we used to go to like Nottingham.
Yeah.
Like it's like that, it's on par. But like yesterday we did a mini road trip and there was like, I think we counted, there was like 5 cars on the freeway, the highway. It does seem a lot quieter. I feel so much more confident driving here than I did in the UK. Or most of the time I used to drive, or if obviously I used to drive to work and everything else, but sometimes if it was like 5 o'clock and we wanted to go to like Derby, we just wouldn't, because it was like you're just going to get stuck in traffic. It was just not
obviously you
worth.
got the rush hour here, and we get that, you're going to get rush hour wherever, but like yesterday, if we were doing that in the UK, you would have the traffic of the weekend, whereas here, like we said, 5 or 6 cars in front of us and nothing behind us. And I know Australia, or not Australia, Melbourne is the same size as the UK, Scotland and Ireland. The population of the UK is 68.
About 68 million now.
About 68 million is, whereas Melbourne or Victoria is
like 6 or
7 million. And that's the same
So that's
size
why
as the UK.
it feels so quiet to us on the road.
Yeah, I think once you get close to the city, same as any city in the world, you're going to get more and more busy.
Yeah,
which is fair enough.
definitely.
So yeah, the roads,
Yeah, I just love driving here.
Number 7.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Parks.
The parks, they're just, when in the UK we had parks, but the facilities weren't always clean, they were vandalised, they were half missing. So when we took Oliver out a lot just to play football, soccer, but half the time, like, he would want to come home because there's kids smoking weed, which I'm sure you'll get here as well, but the facilities weren't up to scratch. Here we've got a DJ area in our local park in Chelsea, like they've got
one that you used when she was off.
I actually used the other day because I was on my own, nobody was around, and I thought, listen, I'm just going to try and see if I can be a DJ. I cannot. But like, they've got the DJ area. Every place is pristine. Every park we've been to, the toilets, like, I would not go to a public toilet in the UK. You just, unless you want to catch something, you don't go to a public toilet in the UK. Here, they're so clean. There's barbecues everywhere. There's just facilities. So like, we go to the park quite often. Like, when Oliver's not got football, the other nights we go to the park or we go to the beach. And it's just such a even the barbecues are clean. Like, I would probably want to put something down, but that's just me. But the facilities are just amazing.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, like even yesterday we went to Port Nepean. Obviously, I know it's a Victoria Park. Is it a national park?
I think it is. Yeah.
But even there's a woman going around in a van just picking up every little bit of litter.
Yeah.
You didn't even see any. There was probably a bottle on the floor and a crisp packet, and then she's there wiping the signs.
Yeah, she was.
Got a little bit of graffiti in the corner. She's wiping it off, cleaning it all down, making it all look nice. So
I feel like, but for us to go to the park, we would, in the UK, we probably not tend to go. We'll probably just take Oliver's football and be like half an hour. Here, we're playing basketball, we're playing football, taking a picnic. It's just, the facilities here are just amazing. Yeah, they're really, really looked after. But not only that, the council obviously pay for these parks. The council in the UK, they wouldn't pay for anything like that. Like, the one down near us, they were like, I'm surprised nobody got hurt off just things hanging off.
It's nice. It's like people take care and they look after Australia. It's like, even to the point where you walk down like the jetty bit here, and if there's a bottle on the floor, you just pick it up, because there's one. If it was in the UK, you won't bother because there'll be like 50 of them. Whereas here, you'll see it on the floor and you go, I'll put that in the bin. It's not mine, but I'll put it in the bin. But you can tell that most Australians are probably like that because it's so clean here.
So clean. It's really, really nice.
Even to the point of it's probably touching on the next one, clean.
The clean. That was our next one. So number 7 is how clean. Well, you were saying about sometimes we drive through and people have put like rubbish outside their house, like a sofa or a washing line or something, and then the council comes and picks it up. I think it's called hard rubbish collection. I'm guessing it happens probably once a month, maybe. So it just stops people from fly tipping, which is what happens a lot in the UK. It would just be rubbish.
I think when we first seen it, we were like, whoa, this is...
because we didn't really know what it was.
You go down it like a day or two later and it's like pristine again, you're like, oh, okay. So, but
there just seems to, everything, even when you're driving, like the in between bits of the road, even that's clean. There's, like in the UK, there would just be tons and tons of rubbish. It's not like that here. So that's number 7, is how clean, like I said about the toilets. They actually, was it number 8?
Yeah.
Okay, we got there quick. Yeah, the toilets, public toilets are so clean. I haven't been to a bad public toilet at all.
Number 9 is school. So obviously we touched on with Oliver in the past about school. We asked him the other day what he feels about school, and he says it's loads better than the UK. There's no like urgency about things. It's very calm and chilled. Teachers take an interest. Obviously not saying they don't in the UK, but they do take a lot of interest here in how the student is doing, which is nice.
I feel like with the schooling as well, how quickly he's settled is because of everybody else being so friendly. And he's said he much prefers the school here compared to the UK. In the UK, it was very strict. You had to put your hand up to ask if you take if you can take your blazer off if it's on a hot day. You have to ask to go to the toilet. Sometimes you were told no. There was a lot of homework, a lot of pressure, and it was all around GCSEs. From a very young age, you got told where you are in regards to GCSEs, and he was at that age just before we came. He was picking his GCSEs, so it was even more pressure on him. It's not like that here at all.
They've literally asked him what he wants to do in the future, and they've gone, right, you need to do this, this, and this. Yeah,
this is going to benefit you. Like the languages, when they said, do you want to do a language? Oliver was like, no. And he goes, well, it's not what you want to do. That's not going to benefit you. So maybe not do languages. Maybe look at this. And I feel like that's going to help him in the long run. Rather in the UK, all that we really were told was GCSE. Like that's all they cared about. Which, it's hard because you could be the best student and be really, really clever, but when you sit as GCSE you might get nervous and then you might fail, but yet you know how good they are. So
I failed everything in my GCSEs.
I didn't even take GCSEs because I lived in Spain, and you failed them all.
I've got a decent job.
You
had a decent job.
I've always had a decent job. So I feel like here it's more looking at the future of where they want to be, what they want to do. So definitely school is really, really, I'm just so happy that he's here now for this age to finish his schooling off here. I'm just so grateful.
So number 10 finally is events.
I think Melbourne events, there's so much going on. Like we haven't really been to that many events, but we know which ones we want to go to. And when you hear that we've got the Grand Prix, we have the tennis, we have AFL, soccer, rugby, MotoGP. Like so much comes to Melbourne, like not even just the sporting events, but like superstars, like concerts and stuff. The amount of concerts that are here, well, there's a Friday night one soon, isn't it? It's like Mariah Carey, Pitbull, like the amount of concerts there is that you can go to.
There's always something on, and
always something on.
More so in the summer, I'm guessing, when you've got the horse racing, the tennis, and obviously the Australian Open. You've got, I think it's September, you've got 2 golf PGA Tours coming, which is just, one of them's at the end of my work road and one of them's in Blackrock. So there's loads to do. Yeah, definitely.
I feel like even the events that we've done since they've been here, like when we've done the Frankston Nightlight, that was free for the council. It just seems like there's a lot going on here, and obviously where we lived in Nottingham, we wouldn't be able to go to certain concerts. You would have to go to London for that. There wasn't really much in Nottingham, really, was there? Other than Derby and Forest for soccer. So to have all this on our doorstep, when we do start planning, what events we want to do, I think we've got tons of options.
Yeah, definitely. We wouldn't change what we've got right now. We wouldn't change for the world. We're so happy, settled and chilled. This is exactly what we wanted for moving to Australia.
I feel like this is definitely the lifestyle we wanted, but I feel like it's more than what we kind of wanted. We knew what lifestyle we wanted, but Melbourne has so much more to offer. It's actually more than what we wanted, so that's why we're just so grateful to call Melbourne home.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, because we really appreciate everybody who does, and we'll see you guys next one.
And let us know what else you love about Melbourne as well.
Bye.
Bye.